we've heard this theory before, that each puppet president since Lyndon Johnson, who, by the way, I believe was complicit in the JFK assassination, that each of them, before leaving office, secretly issued pardons for themselves and all of their accomplices before leaving office. I covered this theory in one of my videos 3 years ago on Covfefe with Dave, and it has just been raised again. JustInformed Talk did an excellent video on this, and I leave a link to it in the description. However, I'm going to add my own twist to the scenario here and pose several questions that beg for an answer. There is no doubt that the cabal's jugular was cut with the Epstein arrest. There is no way out now. The cabal is going to try to whack him, but it won't do them any good. All the evidence needed has already been collected by the good guys. And by the way, in several of my prior videos going back to the Covfefe days, I told you that Donald Trump not only won the Electoral College vote, but also won the popular vote, and won it by an overwhelming landslide. For those who were, or still are, skeptical, listen to this.
Do you happen to know who the Hillary Clinton campaign's #1 financial supporter was in the year 2016?
I think I do, but please remind me.
The #1 financial supporter of the Hillary Clinton campaign in the 2016 election was the parent company of Google, Alphabet, who was our first witness. They were her #1 financial donor, and your testimony is, through their deceptive search methods, they moved 2.6 million votes in her direction. I would think anybody, whether or not you favor one candidate or another, should be deeply dismayed about a handful of Silicon Valley billionaires having that much power over our elections to silently and deceptively shift vote outcomes.
Again, with respect, I must correct you. The 2.6 million is a rock bottom minimum. The range is between 2.6 and 10.4 million, depending on how aggressively they used the techniques that I've been studying now for 6.5 years.
Wow. Could you just say that again, please?
The 2.6 million is a rock bottom minimum. The range is between 2.6 and 10.4 million votes, depending on how aggressive they were in using the techniques that I've been studying, such as the search engine manipulation effect, the search suggestion effect, the answer bot effect, and a number of others. They control these, and no one can counteract them. These are not competitive. These are tools that they have at their disposal exclusively.
If any headline comes out of this hearing, that should be it.
And here is what I'm deeply dismayed about. That 6 corporations control 95% of the news on the planet, and that they have been bullshitting the world with fake news since the November 22nd, 1963 coup d'etat committed in plain sight for the world to see with the murder of John F. Kennedy. And these evil motherfuckers got away with it because of God-fearing, law-abiding citizens trusted those now mostly deceased traitors in the mainstream media whose hands were on the trigger that almost destroyed this nation and turned the world into a techno-Nazi Orwellian prison planet full of brainwashed sheep. Now back to the secret pardons. It has been postulated, proposed, and theorized that the reason for the non-prosecution of the frazzled rat has been a secret pardon by Traitor 44. I say that a pardon cannot be issued by an illegitimate president who did not qualify as a candidate from Jump Street because he is not a U.S. citizen. And I don't give a rat's ass how many people voted for him in a rigged and obviously staged election. And the idea that it is legal for anyone, elected or not, to have the ability to pardon himself is patently fucking absurd, and I cannot find that anywhere in the Constitution or in any of the founding documents. This cannot be, and cannot be, if it actually exists somewhere, be allowed to stand. And being taught what I know of the law by Jerry the Jew, the legal strategy to work around the pardons should not be to expose new crimes committed after the pardons, but to nullify the basis for the pardons, i.e. the legitimacy of the fake presidency that issued those pardons. Once the authority of the office to issue the pardons has been nullified, the pardons are no longer valid. Go arrest them. And as for the statute of limitations on crimes in the distant past which may have exceeded time limits to prosecute, there are two strong and valid legal arguments to get around that, too. Number one, the crimes were part of a continuous crime spree where law enforcement and the body politic of Congress was complicit in the crimes themselves or in the act of covering up for those crimes. The criminals are guilty of the crimes, and the cover-up constitutes obstruction of justice and is a continuing injury against the entire population of the United States, and therefore should toll the statute of limitations and be prosecuted under the RICO Act. For those of you who don't know what toll the statute means, toll means to stop the clock on the statute of limitations. Number two, since the person who occupied the Oval Office for 8 years was a fraud and was only in that position because of crimes committed to put him there and continuously committed to keep him there, the crimes never stopped. There is no reason for the statute to toll, since the crimes of usurpation of the presidency was continuous up until the inauguration of Donald Trump. If the presidency itself was illegitimate, then everything done by that puppet was also illegitimate and has no force in law, which also includes executive orders, vetoes, affirmations, as well as any and all pardons he issued. With the adjudication of an illegitimate presidency, those responsible for putting him in office and all those he pardoned could be charged with high treason and executed. The mission of this channel is, and has always been, to be the butterfly farting in Kenya that starts a tornado in the District of Criminals. We have been censored, shadow banned, demonetized, and demonized, and outright deleted off this venue 3 times. We are continuously trolled by soy boy scumbags who haven't got the balls to do anything else but live in mommy's basement and collect EBT coupons thinking they're entitled. I work for a living. Worked 45 years and retired, but doing this, is harder and consumes more energy and time than anything I've ever done. I do it because I have to. If I don't, I will have to answer for my inaction at the judgment. My channel is supported by you who are listening, but I don't do it for that reason. I do it for the children who will inherit a techno-Nazi dictatorship if I don't. And to end this short video, let me tell you that we don't know what we don't know. Perhaps it's better that way, but I prefer to know the truth. Those who are still asleep today, I feel sorry for them. When it is no longer possible for mainstream media to continue their lies and bullshit stories, when the Marines storm the offices of the ubiquitous traitors, libtard heads will explode. Everything you've heard on mainstream media news all your life has been continuous scripted lies, half-truths, and propaganda bullshit. What you've been taught in school or intentionally not taught, and especially what they're now teaching children in public schools, is outright Orwellian newspeak and indoctrination that is designed to suppress critical thinking and kill a child's natural curiosity and natural tendency to question everything. In the coming months, still more unbelievable truths will be revealed. Still more unspeakable crimes will be exposed, and the mental weight of it will be too much for many to handle. You, who have weaned themselves from mainstream media, will not go insane when the veil is finally lifted. It is obvious that the cabal is trying to prevent the inevitable by censoring us, but it will fail. Hashtag, we are the news now. Learn to code. This is Dave from Net4Truth USA Whirlwind Revolt. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to our backup channels, Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. You can also find us at Net4Truth USA on BitChute. We fly so close to the target, we're on our 4th fighter jet. We will be relentless truth seekers until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.